Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for remaining with us. You're watching Financial Markets, and I am your host, Anthony Sebali. Now, as a reminder to you, as a humble reminder, of course, we as a Financial Markets are pledged to give you information regarding the stocks, regarding the bonds, and so on. But in as regards you trading on the stock market, you must be able to have a stockbroker who is trading on your behalf. That's according, of course, to the rules of trading currently at the Uganda Securities Exchange. And of course, the stockbroker has mastered the art of trading. They have a full-time job to look at the stock market. So you don't have to do that, you know. So out to all these licensed stockbrokers, of course, they are currently very few licensed stockbrokers, and you can count them on just one finger. We have the Dyer and Blair Investment Stockbroker. We have the UAP Old Mutual Investment Stockbroker. We have also some people like the Crested Capital Investment Stockbrokers, also who have been in this game for quite some time. And finally, the SBG or Standard Bank Group Investment Stockbrokers. These are a subsidiary, of course, of Stanbic Holdings here in Uganda, and they will help you. You reach out to them, you give them a call, maybe send them an email or visit their websites. All these and more will be found on their websites, and you will be able to understand how they can help you get started. But the first thing, of course, you can open an SCD account. When we buy shares, when we buy bonds, we don't keep them on bank accounts. We don't keep them in our wallets. We open what we call an SCD account, the Securities Central Depository account, and this account acts as your store of shares. Whenever you buy shares, this account is credited, and whenever you are able to sell, this account is debited. It works very simply, and with the Uganda Securities Exchange, you can now visit www.easyportal.com, and you will be able to open yourself an SCD account, or you can dial *165 *65 hash, and you can put in your details of your personal identification, maybe your NIN number or your passport number, and you will be able to have opened an SCD account. It's absolutely free of charge. You don't have to pay any single coin to be able to open this account. You just have to be willing to open the account. They don't charge any fees. They don't have any monthly charges. There's nothing really as an excuse that you can give for not opening an SCD account. And as I speak, you can do that on your phone using your MTN mobile money. But Altex East Africa as well, with their Zabu initiative, are giving you a chance to also invest in stocks and other securities like the treasury bonds and the treasury bills. And right now, you can dial, still using your MTN line, you can dial *292 hash. And when you do that, you will be able to see whether you want to buy or sell a certain security, and then they will be able to give you the listed securities, determining, of course, the periods. If it's a bond, is it a 3-year bond that you want? Is it a 5-year bond? Is it a 2-year bond? You will be able to access that security and pay for it using your Momo. So you might have to load a little bit of money on your MTN mobile money that you're willing to give to load onto the exchange, and they will be able to give you that security. If you also want to buy, if you want to sell, you can still visit that particular USSD, and you can dial *292 hash as well, and you can be able to choose the option to sell. Because remember, like any other instruments, like any other commodities on the market, these instruments are traded. They are buyers, they are sellers. There are people at every particular time willing to buy, and there are people willing to sell at the same time. And all these can be done right now at the convenience of your phone without need to access the internet. and without need, of course, to visit any offices or do any paperwork. Of course, they're saying this that there's no hassle, and of course, it's a hassle-free. It's a hassle-free initiative. You really don't have an excuse to make. You can invest across borders in Tanzania, in Rwanda, in Uganda, in Kenya as well, with your phone at the moment. Thank you so much for remaining with us. We have just had a look at particular counters that were able to perform well on the market. But of course, we had several other counters that did some good activity on the market. Of course, looking at the other counters that came out as gainers. But these other counters I don't normally tend to talk much about because we don't see much activity, honestly, especially on the cross-listed equities. Being honest, we don't see much volumes there. We see, of course, they have a huge capitalization because probably of the foreign exchange difference. You see that their prices are quite high, but you don't see many people buying or selling on these particular stocks as much as we are seeing, for example, in the local stocks like Stanbic, like Bank of Baroda, like MTN, and so on. So I just usually want to just give a little mention to them, but we don't want to really take a lot you into these stocks. But now, looking at East African breweries, who came in as a gainer yesterday. East African breweries came in at a gain of 28.05 Ugandan shillings. We're talking about yesterday, but forgive Matt that. But we are looking at East African Breweries Limited at 4,551.11 Ugandan shillings closing price, with a 0.62% gain in pricing for this particular valuable stock, that is equity